After bravely serving their country, countless veterans are challenged to fight the ultimate battle. The battle for their mental health. The battle for their lives. Each year, approximately 6,200 veterans are lost to the silent war against suicide. Aiming for Zero events combat this growing issue by generating awareness and funds to support Active Heroes' mission to reduce veteran suicide and assist military families. With your partnership, we can provide these heroes with a safe environment to apply their skills in a fun and positive way. We can demonstrate the camaraderie and strength of their network when they need it the most.
The Aiming for Zero event is so important because it brings a large number of like-minded people from all over the region, some from all over the country, to focus on being part of the solution to the problem of veteran suicide. And we get to have a great time.
This is a fantastic program. I have had a blast. Even setting up, we've been joking around with all the other guys here, having a great time, great camaraderie, which is really what you need.
One of my uncles is a Vietnam veteran who suicided. I worked for the Army, and we've had, in the last few years, we've had a couple of soldiers in New Hampshire Guard suicide. And my daughter's active duty. So I want to make sure we get rid of this problem.
Aiming for Zero is helping mitigate veteran suicide by providing a place for respite, activities, and camaraderie for veterans who might be in crisis.
I have so many people surround me that struggle every day with that transition, struggle every day with the ghost from being over in an active event. And we owe it to them. We owe it to them because they are sacrificing so that the rest of us can have the freedoms to do what we do in this country, and that's what this is all about.
There's this presumption that, you've got to be physically and mentally tough. We don't complain, we don't seek help for, emotional problems. And that's been a tragedy. It's part of what's caused this. So creating a large community where people know that there is not only support, but that they can just talk to other people that have experienced some of the same things that they've experienced, that can make all the difference.
So if we can make sure that they know they're part of a community and there are people that care and can support them, it's better for everyone.
Every day, 22 veterans commit suicide. That amounts to approximately 1 veteran suicide each hour. When you put it all together, it amounts to over 8,000 veterans committing suicide a year. It's an epidemic that can't be prevented. That's what we're out here trying to do.
Aiming for Zero invites you to join the battle in overcoming the mental health issues faced by so many veterans. Any level of support can have immeasurable impact on the lives of our nation's heroes and their families. To find out how you can include Aiming for Zero in your next event, visit aimingforzero.org.
Let me tell you about my story. It started in 1990. I was a young man who had just gotten out of the military training, AIT and basic, in Fort McClellan, Alabama. I was home for a few months after returning. Then I got notification that I would be going to the Middle East and support the Desert Storm / SHIELD efforts. We kept MSR Dodge open, so that was one of the main supply routes. There was 2 main supply routes from the southern area to the north in dealing with making sure our vehicles and everything got to where it needed to be. We lost several soldiers in an uncontrolled circumstance at the time or environment. So we jumped in the Humvee and went over. And here we got soldiers immediately we got to start taking care of. And we lost those soldiers. I remember working on 2 at the same time. you know, and you're trying to keep them alive, so you don't know. You get a rhythm pulse. We popped smoke, and a British helicopter landed, and I remember him coming over and looking into their eyes, and he said, "Sorry, his chap's gone." And I kept trying to work on him, and he said, "Soldier," and pushed me back. He said, "He's gone. He's not with us anymore." So it was really tough at that time, first time I ever seen death. So that day, after everything that occurred, you know, being a young man, here I am, 20 years old, halfway around the world, you know, I guess maybe I was trying to realize what the heck happened that day. Rethinking in my mind, it kept replaying. We transitioned through our time and finally returned home. One of the things that really stood out in my mind was I was super happy to be home. And I used my experience to always get a better job, you know. Just proud to, you know, leave it better than I found it. You're doing that climb, right? And Ford Motor Company, proud employee, want to serve the people. I was a committee person at the Kentucky truck plant. 5 to 7 years into my career, I felt like I was kind of back in the military. I'm serving these members on the floor. They're relying on me to help them. I'm there for their mental crisis issues, family issues, addiction issues in this case. You know, I lost a guy that was planning on having somebody to represent him and help him, and I would take him home. I would try to take care of him, try to get him help for mental illness and addiction. You know, here's an individual. I tried helping him out, and he was drinking at the wheel, and he wrecked and he died. I think we try to search the rest of our life trying to help out veterans, people in general, and we try to get those chances back, right? So kind of my brokenness came out of there's another person in life that I couldn't help and I lost, and I should have been able to help. And it put me in a deep depression, and I got into a point where I just didn't think that I was able to carry on. You know, I'm so broken, why should I burden anybody else? But since then, I've been able to help so many people and so many veterans through Active Heroes. One of the things with Active Heroes that's done for me, and I know it'll do for veterans to come, is it gives an ability, an outlet, a place to go, and whether you're in crisis or you're starting to get out or you're there for a tune-up. There's many times in life where I needed a tune-up, and having that whole toolbox. You want to carry as many weapons as you have as you can on the battlefield, but you can only carry so much. But Active Heroes, to me, has been a toolbox, a toolkit for life. And we just got to be able to grab that right tool out to help that veteran in the best way we can, whether it's through equine therapy, whether it's through just coming, staying in the cabin for the week, whether it's walking on the trails of the 147 acres, helping military veterans, working on opioid solutions. And then you see so many people that are taking their lives every day, and it's like, what if I could just help 2 more people? You know, what if I could help 1? It's an all-in approach, and it really gives you mission and purpose. It's almost tactical, and sometimes it's almost, it feels like it's, I don't know, it just makes you just like you want more. You feel greedy. You want to help as many as possible. Active Heroes is an opportunity that was provided to me. I also had an opportunity to have a second chance, and I'm not going to throw that second chance away. I'll be working for the rest of my life trying to help veterans, and I want to do it right here at Active Heroes.